Hello everyone and welcome back to this channel. So in today's video I'll be showing you how I made this trendy bubu dress with an asymmetric neckline. So guys, please, if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please hit on the subscribe button. It is totally free. Like and share. So guys, let's get started. So I'll be making use of this fabric. They call it Kampala and it comes in 5 yards. So I went ahead to fold my fabric into two like so, and this will be for the front bodies. So how I folded my fabric, I'll be telling you guys soon enough. So yes, I folded it by two, and the measurement I used in folding it was my shoulder measurement divided by two. I'm just marking it like so. Then 4 inches for that pleated design. Then my sleeve length. So whatever your sleeve length is, just mark it. It's a cut together dress sleeve with the dress. So after I was done doing that, I'll go ahead and mark out my body's measurement. That is my shoulder to my bust line, which was about 10 inches. Then the waistline, that's my half length. Then from my shoulder to my hips, then the full length of the dress. Because this table is kind of short, I'll be marking that out later. So I'm just marking my neck width, then my neck depth. I'll be modifying that later also. So next I went over and went down about 12 inches for the sleeve hole where our sleeve is going to go through. So next I'll be marking out my body measurement, but for this dress I'll be using my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch ease allowance and also 1 inch seam allowance. I'll be marking that on all parts of our body. On the bust line, I'll mark that on the bust line and also on the waistline, so it will be like a straight dress. So whatever we have on the hips will be on the waist and on the bust line. I hope you guys understand that. I'm just going to mark that line down to the full length of the dress. So I'm just moving my fabric to get to the full length of the dress. I'm just going to mark the lines we have on the bust line, the waistline, on the hips line, down to the hem of the dress. So once I was done doing that, I'll just go ahead and cut out my fabric. So I'm just cutting out like so. So guys, just watch how I cut this out. So guys, I was done cutting out the front part of this dress. So I'll use this format to cut out for the back. Same thing for the back also. So yeah, I went ahead to cut out for the back and I have this. So the front and the back is almost the same, just a little difference, which should be on the neck. So the neckline for the back, the neck width, I'll be using 4 inches. Then the neck depth for the back is 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to curve it like so and cut it out. So I'll be modifying the neck of the front. So the same neck width we have for the back will also be for the front. Then for the asymmetric, I'm just going to make like a notch there. And I'm going to open up my fabric like so. So I'll go over and like chalk out that notch I made so it will be visible. So next, I'm just going to come down on one part of the neck by 7. I came down by 7, depends on how low and high you want it. So I came down by 7 inches, and I'm just going to get the midpoint of my neck, as I have just marking my midpoint from the 2 notch I made. From that midpoint I came down by 3 inches. You can come down by 4. So I'm just making a straight row on that 7 I went down by with my straight row. I'll just connect it like so. After doing that, I'll trace my other neck width to meet that 3 inches I came down by on the midpoint, then connect it to that 7. So guys, just watch how I demonstrated it if you really don't understand how I explained it. So guys, just watch it again to get this asymmetric neckline I just made. So once I was done with this, I'll just go ahead and cut it out. So once I was done, this is what I have for the asymmetric neckline. So next I'll be placing my both the front bodies and the back together. I'll first of all turn the necklines with a bias or with the fabric. Then I'll join it at the shoulders. Sorry guys, I went ahead to join the front bodies and the back bodies together at the shoulder down to the sleeve. So this is what I have, and I also went ahead to turn the necklines for both the front and the back. So to get that design we have on the dress, I'm just going to go ahead and mark out my shoulder line, then also mark out that 4 inches we left, then the midpoint of that 4 inches, which is 2 inches. So I'm just going to explain it further as the video goes on. So I went ahead to fold my front bodies into two, also like how we cut it out. Then I mark out my shoulder length, that is, then that 4 inches we left for the design, I'll just mark it down to the hem of the dress. So you go ahead and measure your shoulder length from the midpoint of your dress, like how I put it, like so. You measure your shoulder length, then also the 4 inches we left for that design, then half of the. So I'm just going to rule out my shoulder length like so. My shoulder length is 7.5, so I measured 7.5 from the midpoint of my dress to this point. I marked that 7.5. Then I'll roll it all the way down. So once I was done rolling down my shoulder length, I'll come out again by 4 inches. That 4 inches we left for the pleated design. So I'm just going to mark 4 inches, then half of the four, which is 2 inches. So if you left 3 inches for the design, you mark half of it, which should be 1.5. And I'm also going to rule a straight line all the way to the hem of the dress. So I'll be doing that for this part of the dress and also on the other side of this front bodies and also on the back side also. So you're just going to do it for the two parts of your front bodies and two parts on your back bodies. So guys, I will explain further as we go on. So next, as I said, I'm just going to extend it to the back. So next, I'm just going to open up my front bodies like so. So on that part we made row, that center line, that is the half of the 4 inches we have. So I'm just going to fold it in like so and use my pins to hold it. So that's 2 inches we have on the center part to be a guideline. So we just fold it into two like so. Just watch how I did it, guys. So you fold in on that 2 inches line, then you just pin the line. So the 4 inches line and the shoulder line will meet on both sides. If you don't understand, guys, just watch how I did it. So the 2 inches line is what is going up. Then we'll use our pins to just hold it down for now. So I'm just going to do this till I get to the top part. So I'm just illustrating with one part of this dress, but everything applies on the other part too. So when I was done pinning down the fabric, I'll go ahead and sew on this line we have here. That is our shoulder line. I'll also extend it back to the back part of the dress and also on the other side. So guys, I was done stitching and this is what we have on the right side and also on the wrong side here. So next I'll just go ahead and fix the sleeve of this dress. So guys, I was done fixing the sleeve and this is what the sleeves look like. So next We're almost done with the dress. Next, we'll just take it over to the sewing machine. I'll flip it over to the wrong side of the dress, like so. Then take a measurement. There's really no need to take body measurements. Just subtract your seam allowance you added to the dress. So I'm just going to take 1 inch out, then sew to the down part by 1 inch. Then on the hem of the dress, I'll be going up and taking out a slit so we'll be able to work properly in the dress. So I'm just going to do that and show you guys the final look. So guys, this is what our bubu trendy dress came out looking like, and it came out very beautiful, trust me. So I recommend you try it, and if there is any question, you can leave it in the comment section below. Please, if you found this video helpful, like and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.